I guess you could say that Jesus is my savior because he saved me from thinking I needed one. And I mean that with every ounce of sincerity. And yes, there's a smidge of defensiveness. I might turn off the comments because some Christians can be very unkind to people who believe differently than they do. And I just don't want to deal with it. Anyway. I believed that Jesus was the savior of humanity. I grew up Mormon. And then I became non-denominational, and I believed that Jesus was simply a personal savior. You know, it was less global scale than perhaps I had thought. It had to be on a more personal level. Well, that made sense. That tracked. And then I got to know Jesus even better. And I asked God, show me. Let me see what truth is. Lead me, guide me, walk beside me. And hand in hand, and you know when God's hand is in yours, you know. I knew. I've known every step. Every step I have taken. How could I smile with this much grief? With this much grief this close all the time? I have a dead kid. My ex has moved on me at the time of her death to rearrange the custody agreements of my other children. When I got my children back from foster care with an apology a year later. Thank you for the apology, but my house was empty for a year. I got one back because my exes had used my daughter's death to change our agreement. How could I instantly find this peace? With that grief always inside of me, how could I smile if I did not have God, not just in my hand, but in my heart? Jesus was my savior because he saved me from thinking I needed one. He showed me where he lived in here. He told me I am you. And I believed him. And I believe him. I guess in that sense, Jesus is my savior. At the very least, he's my bestie.